Okay, so I'm with Esther Alade. She is a television host and networker, and we're going to talk today about networking. How you doing, Esther?
I'm doing good.
Nice.
This is exciting.
Yes, it is.
You and I, close up, talking, discussing.
That's what we do, just not on camera.
In my space. No, I'm joking.
In my space.
Yes, just on camera, what we usually do, on camera.
Exactly. So tell me a bit about what you do in terms of networking.
Okay, so I run a social networking event called Corporate Africa. And Corporate Africa takes place first Friday of every month. The idea started off from a friend of mine called Rappo, and I joined on board with him. And since then, I've kind of taken over the, organising of the events and running it with him. And the idea really came about because a certain group of us, or people of the same age, were actually fed up of going clubbing, going to certain bars and not meeting the right type of people. And when you get to that age where everyone's getting married off, having babies, and you just think, actually, I'm too old to go clubbing. So what can I do to meet like-minded people? Where can we go to socialise where I can actually see who I'm talking to? It's not pitch black and music blowing in my ears and I can't communicate with you properly, or I can't see who I'm talking to. So what can we do in order for us to be able to network properly? So build networks, meet people who are like-minded, share ideas, and see how I can help others or how others can help me. And that's how Corporate Africa came about, and it's been going strong for about 2 years now. Nice. So it's amazing. So the idea of it is we have a theme every month, and with that theme we have mentors and we have people who specialise in that theme come and talk to us, and we get them to talk to our audience, and we also get people to showcase their business. So for example, if your business is around startups, so how do I start my own business, etc. So we have people who have transitioned or who are directors of their own business talk to people about their journey, and then we have people who come and showcase, who can help you to do your taxes, get your company registered, to doing flyers, etc. So, and we help businesses within the organisation. We also help to showcase them, so we help them to advertise themselves. And so we help each other basically. And we've had people who have transitioned from working in a corporate environment and having their own business. So the initial stages of them starting, we kind of help them to promote the business within the Corporate Africa members.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I like what you're saying about the fact that you're helping other people, helping other networks. Because we were talking earlier, and a lot of people have this idea about networking. It's about what can I get out of it? I'm only here to get something. Oh, I'm talking to you because I want to get a job, I want to get this. So can you explain what your kind of perception of networking is, just for people, and how you use networking kind of to synergize with other people and other organizations?
Okay, so for me, networking is key in anything that you're doing, because you need to expand your horizons to meet different types of people, because you never know when you're going to need someone's help. But the way I look at it, and the way I said to you earlier on, is that for those who are new to networking, it's not a case of coming and saying, I need a web designer, or I need this, or I need that, or this is what I can do this for you, I can do that for you. But rather, I'll rephrase that. So it's not going out there and seeing what people can do for you, for example, but look at it as what can I do for somebody else. So I'm coming in there. It's very much, make it social. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, because somebody might not need your service right away, but you might know someone that person needs. And so by you recommending someone to somebody else, they'll remember you. So you might say to me, oh, Esther, I need someone who builds, who can design an amazing poster for me because I've got a great movie coming out, and I need someone who's really good at graphics. But yeah, sure, I know a great guy who can do this for you. But you remember that. And based on the fact that I introduced you to somebody who I know is good and they've done a good job for you, you remember, oh my gosh, I know Esther, Esther done this for me. Sometimes self-consciously we feel like we need to help someone that's helped us as well. I don't know if everyone's like that, but sometimes I feel like that. Oh gosh, that girl really went out of her way for me. I need to let people know what she does.
I can say as well, especially if they do it from a place of abundance where they're not expecting something in return, then you're like, wow, that person's really powerful. Like you get more drawn to them. I don't know if you find that.
I do, because it's like, oh, okay, that's really nice of them. They didn't have to do that. But at the same time, it's also because you need to meet new people. You know, you get to an age where you have your same set of friends, but you need to broaden your horizon and just see what else is out there, because you just never know how you can help somebody or how that person can help you, and how you can connect other people. So there's times where I've connected people to others. You know, people have asked me if I know an editor or someone who can film or whatever, and I'm like, yes, I know somebody. Introduce somebody to them, or a good photographer, just basic things like that, or someone who's good at designing, anything. But yeah, so that's how it works. So look at networking as, how can I help somebody, not as opposed to how can somebody help me. I'm going there because I need this, I need that. Don't be so hung up on what you need, but rather be open to how you can help others to achieve their goals. And by that you get more satisfaction, I think. You know, it's a lot more better, that it's a lot more rounded.
Yes.
You know, and it's easy that way when people don't feel that all you're doing is talking to them because you want something.
Yeah.
You know, it comes from
draining.
Yeah. You know, it comes from a place of, actually, I want to understand you. I want to get to know what you are about. You know, let's see how we have common interests, and then from there, other things come up, and you get other ideas. Okay, I know how to do that. I can help you with that, or you know, I know someone who can do this, who can do that. So, yeah. Because
it's kind of like iron sharpens iron thing.
Exactly.
You know, if you're strong and I'm strong, we can build each other up. And even if you're from a place of I do need help.
Yes.
But at the same time, I can bring this energy to help you out. You know, that help will come back to you tenfold.
Yeah.
You know, so I totally agree.
Yeah.
With
So that's my number one rule in terms of networking is, don't go in thinking, what can I get out of it, but rather, how can I help somebody else to obtain their goal? And then secondly, follow up. Whoever you meet, ensure that you keep in contact with that person. Even if it's just a random text once a month, random email, and take notes about what that person's interested in. You know, it could be a case of someone who's really into Black history and there's an exhibition on. Like, oh, blah, 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 have you heard this exhibition is on at so date? You've emailed them that information. That's keeping in contact with them, and that's feeding them information. And they'll be, oh, she actually remembered that I was interested. I wanted to know more about Black history or a certain type of movie or something that's not common, but you happen to come across it, and you remember meeting somebody that was interested in that. You just send that information to them.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah, makes sense. One thing I wanted to actually ask you, what advice do you have for people who maybe they're starting off in a new career or new business, and obviously networking is key, like you said, getting the right people that you can work with as a team. What advice would you give them to start? What's the best way to start networking?
I would say talk to as much people as possible. So if you're starting off a career and it's completely new to you, look for someone who's already doing it before. Look at meetups. Meetup have there's a website called Meetup where you can look at different events that you can attend based on your interest, and there's lots of networking events also mentioned on there. So it's easy thing that you can just Google, maybe, I don't know, someone starting off in media, for example, so you can do media networks or events around media, and you can go to those places and speak to as many people as you can to get more insight. And also get a mentor. I think it's really important to ensure that you have somebody who's really experienced in the industry that can guide you along. And don't stick to one person, because people are going to be so busy. Try and get at least maybe 2 or 3 mentors within that industry that you want to go into. And then, you know, pick from those people. Ensure you spend time with those people. And they'll be able to let you know what events are happening or where to go, or what books to read as well. Depending on which area of media you want to go into, or depending on which career you're starting up, or what business as well. So that's what I would say. Speak to someone who's more experienced, get mentors, speak to people who are experienced in that industry, and get them to feed you information about where to go in order to build up your skill set. Nice. And study. You know, it's never too late to learn a new skill if that's something that you need. If it's a qualification that's needed for that role, then make sure you get yourself qualified. If it's not, try and get work experience. And if it's just 1 day a week, go somewhere and interact with people in that industry so that you're exposed to that environment. You know, I think that's the best way.
I suppose when you do that as well, that people can see your character, so
exactly.
they'll want to know. From that, they can see maybe your work ethic, your character.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to work with that person. I like that person.
Yeah.
They've got a great work ethic, or this skill that maybe they wouldn't have seen otherwise. You know, so.
Yeah, and LinkedIn is a good one as well.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, you can look up people who work in certain industries and tag them. Send them a message.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is what I'm starting up.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know who might come back to you and give you a piece of advice.
But from a place of helping them, not just
exactly.
to get something out of it.
That's always a way to step in, isn't it? I noticed you do this.
Yeah.
I can help you do that. Or have you checked out this? By the way.
That's been powerful. I mean, if someone messaged me and said, you know what, I'm good at cinematography or with cameraman. Would you need me from a shoot? I might need them from a shoot. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
And then from there, we've got a relationship because
Yes.
if I enjoyed working with them, then I'm going to call them again.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, or they want to help you, just volunteer. I'm interested in this. Can I volunteer 1 day a week?
Exactly.
That might come into your office, do your filing, whatever you need to do.
Whatever you need to know.
So yeah.
Esther, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Is
Really
that it?
appreciate it.
I'm gonna talk some more.
Listen, we can talk more if you want. I don't mind. It's okay. So Esther, where can we find you on social media?
Okay, social media. Facebook is Esther Abimbola Alade at Facebook. Instagram is Esther Alade 1 because someone already stole Esther Alade. I don't know. There's only one Esther Alade, so I put the 1 there so it's only me. Twitter is Esther Alade at Twitter. Website is estheralade.com, and Corporate Africa as well. So look up Corporate Africa, but Africa spelled with a K instead of a C.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asten.
And let us know in the comments below what you think about networking and Esther's points, and subscribe, share and like if you like this video.
Yeah, and don't forget, network is your net worth. You just never know who's around you. Make use of it.
I like that.